Welcome back to another show of Golf Tips. I'm your host and teaching professional, Gary Bauer. On today's show, we'll visit Mitchell Hills Golf and Family Club, located just outside of Springfield, Ohio. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Gene Nevius. Hi, Gene.
Hi, how are you today?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
He's a longtime member here at Mitchell Hills Golf and Family Club, and Gene's going to tell us a little bit about the club.
Well, this club was started in the mid-50s by a group of businessmen for their families as an alternative to a more expensive country club atmosphere. And they have a 9-hole golf course, they have a clubhouse, swimming pool, and tennis courts. And for the relatively small fee of $1,000 a year, you can belong and have the accessibility to all those amenities.
That's great.
I think it's a tremendous bargain. And you can play this golf course, which isn't the longest golf course, but it's very challenging. Narrow fairways, lots of trees and bushes, undulating fairways, and small greens that are on a tilt that serve a very good challenge for you.
Now, what about with your clubhouse banquet facilities?
We use it as a banquet facility, rent it out for weddings and birthday parties and graduation parties.
Wow.
And it gets a lot of use that way. And it's available to the members for a small fee, very nominal in terms of today's prices.
So anyone could come in basically and have their wedding reception here?
Sure, you don't have to be a member to do that. You can call and reserve it.
Absolutely.
And it's a reduced fee, obviously, for members. But yeah, it's just a bargain, just a beautiful setting and a great place to be.
Now, what about outings?
Outings, we've had a number of outings. We have one on this weekend, July 15th, with the retired pros from football, basketball, and baseball. Dick LeBeau is the guest speaker this year.
Right.
Dick Shafrath from the Cleveland Browns. Galen Cisco played at Ohio State and then in pro baseball. And George Wilson, who's retired from the NBA and University of Cincinnati.
Some known players.
Very big players in their own right, and wonderful guys to be with that play along in your foursome in a scramble setting. That field is filled, but the dinner is still available and open to people if they want to come out, make reservations, come out and have dinner with these gentlemen. Hear their stories.
That's great. Yeah.
So we've also had the 2 outings recently. A 4-club tournament on July 4th.
Sounds like fun.
For the members, it was a lot of fun. And then we had a junior outing for kids in Clark and Champaign County. And we had a big turnout for that, and people had a lot of fun with that.
So there's quite a bit to do here at Mitchell Hills Golf and Family Club.
There's a lot going on. Just get in line, find the things you want to do.
Oh, that's great. Well, Gene, thank you so much.
Well,
we greatly appreciate it.
Glad you were able to come out and share it.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more golf tips. Welcome back. Now on this first segment of today's show, we're going to cover the bump and run shot. And I'm on the 3rd green here at Mitchell Hills. It's a fairly flat green, a little bit of undulation, but with the bump and run shot, you want to use a 7, 8, or a 9 iron. You want to roll the ball to the hole. And you want to make sure that you're at least 25 feet or more from the hole itself. So I've elected to hit an 8 iron. Now, what the golfers need to do is play the ball back in their stance off the inside right knee. If you're a left-handed golfer, it's just the opposite of what I'm saying. So I've got my 8 iron. I'm going to line it up off my inside right knee, back in my stance. My hands are under my chin, clubbing back the ball. That will give me the proper distance from the golf ball. And that puts my hands slightly ahead of the ball. You want to keep your wrists stiff and firm. So ball position, back in your stance, inside right knee, hands under your chin, which puts your hands out ahead. And that's crucial. That'll have that club come down to a steeper angle. You'll pinch the shot, so to speak, and roll it to the hole. Now, you've got to figure out your alignment. Is this ball going to break right to left, left to right, or go straight? Well, I think it's going to curve a little bit from left to right. So I see that. Now I want to pick a spot where I want that ball to land. So when you set up, take some practice swings, read the contour of the green, try to figure out which way the ball is going to break, and then pick a spot or an area where you want the ball to land. Again, wrist stay stiff and firm, and I've got an 8-iron, and I'm at least 25 feet from the hole. Bump and run shot. Let the ball roll to the hole. So take a few practice swings. My wrist will stay stiff and firm. I'm backing through it with the arms. So I got my spot. Little firm there. Okay. And there's a little ledge in back of this hole. This is a tricky little green. Alignment was good. It's better. Okay. Should be able to one-putt that. So I pick my spot where I want the ball to land. Ball position inside right knee. My hands are under my chin, so my hands are slightly ahead of the ball, and the wrist stays stiff and firm. Pretty close on that one, too. So that's your bump and run shot. Wrist stays stiff, ball position inside right knee, hands are ahead of the ball, and pick a spot where you want that ball to land to let it roll to the hole. Next, I'm going to have Gene Nevius, a longtime member here, hit some bump and run shots for us. I'll be right back with more golf tips. Thanks for watching. Now, I'm going to have Gene hit some bump and run shots. And Gene, what club do you have?
I've got a 7-iron.
He has a 7-iron. Now, I used an 8-iron to hit my bump and run shots with. And again, you want to make sure you have at least 25 feet of green to work with to hit a bump and run shot. Use a 7, 8, or a 9-iron. It's a lot easier to roll the ball to the hole than it is to fly the ball to the hole. Now I'm going to have Gene take some practice swings. Go ahead and take some practice swings for me. He's got his 7-iron. He's going to line the ball up back in his stance off the inside right knee. His wrist will stay stiff and firm. And he's going to pick a spot or an area where he wants that ball to land to hopefully get it to roll up close to the hole or maybe even in. So the wrist stays stiff. So your hand should be slightly ahead of the ball now, because that ball is going to be off your inside right knee.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's see you hit one for me.
All right. Here we go.
Now, Gene has a baseball grip. There's nothing wrong with that. His wrist will stay stiff and firm. Alignment was good. All right. How hard to swing, that's a guess. And I've been a golf professional almost 34 years, and I hear one of my students every week, how hard am I supposed to swing? Well, I don't know. Some people are stronger than others. You have to figure that out yourself, but pick that spot or area where you want that ball to land.
A matter of touch.
Matter of touch, very good.
All right.
Now take you a couple more practice swings. Let's see here. Keep those wrists stiff. Ball position back in his stance, inside right knee.
Okay.
Good shot here, Gene.
Little firm.
Little firm. Line was excellent though. And there is a little ledge in back of this hole, so that ball's going to take off. Direction was absolutely perfect.
All right.
Very nice green. Challenging green.
Yes, indeed. All right.
Okay, wrist stay stiff. Looks pretty good. Get in the hole. Oh, he lipped it out. Not bad.
Speaks well for your.
Sort of like what you would call a member's bounce, I believe. Yeah.
Speaks well for your coaching.
Well, you played here longer than me,
Yeah.
so you know that you got that advantage. You can do it now. Setup is real good. Beautiful touch. Alignment was perfect again.
Just a little short.
Okay. Now, Gene, go ahead and take some more practice swings for me. I'm going to move his hands out ahead a little bit. So he's going to have that ball back in his stance, so we're going to move those hands just out a little bit more, out ahead of the ball.
All right.
And that will enable the club to come down a steeper angle to pinch the ball. And he won't get that loft, but he'll roll the ball to the hole.
All right.
Okay?
All right. I can feel that.
Okay. Wrist stays stiff and firm.
Oh, I would have.
Oh, that ball wasn't in the way. I
like
think
that.
that was in. That was a great shot there. All right, let's see some more practice swings here. And balance is the key. Even on a shot like this, you don't want to move around. A lot of golfers, they sway back and forth during the golf swing. Balance is very crucial. As you can see, Gene is staying still. He's going to keep his wrist stiff and firm, back and through it with the arms. Well, that's another good one.
Took a little bounce that way, though.
Not bad, though. That's a one putt.
Pretty good.
All right.
Pretty good.
Now, when you have been playing and chipping, pitching, have you been keeping your wrist stiff and firm, or have you been breaking
Probably
your wrist?
not, because I haven't been very consistent with the shot. You've given me something to think about.
Yeah.
That has added a lot of consistency.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, they like to flip their wrist when they chip. Wrist stay stiff and firm. Now, a pitch shot, when you're back further from the green, you're going to hinge your wrist. Pitching, hinge your wrist. Chipping, wrist stay stiff and firm. And I covered that on a past show.
That seems to make a difference for me.
Now you got your hands out ahead a little bit. Wrist stay stiff and firm. Excellent.
Yeah.
Now from this angle, the television audience will be able to see your alignment and exactly what this green does. But again, I see that you played here quite a bit. You know the areas on this green where you want that ball to land and let it roll to the hole. So let me see a few more practice swings here. Wrist stays stiff. And by having your hands out ahead of the ball, that allows that club to come down a steeper angle. It pinches a shot and rolls that ball to the hole. A lot of people have their hands back. We don't want that, because that way you could probably flip your wrists and you'll blade it or top it.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
A lot more consistency.
Let's see a shot here. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, that was a great line again.
All right.
All right, take some more practice swings for me.
All right.
And make sure that ball is back in your stance off the inside right knee. I'm gonna move it back a little bit more here, okay?
Sure.
Keep taking you some practice swings. The wrist stays stiff. And again, distance from the golf ball, his hands are under his chin, club head and back the ball, and that gives you the proper distance from the golf ball.
All right.
As I can see from Gene chipping here, his weight is more towards his left foot, which is fine. You just don't want to have the weight back on your right foot.
Okay. All right.
You can have a narrow stance or a wide stance. Okay, wrist stay stiff and firm. Pick your spot or area. Might be a little firm on that one.
Yeah, that's a little.
But the line wasn't
Well,
bad.
back further than the others had been. And just felt like I pushed that one a little bit.
Yeah, but you know what? I see a lot of one putts there. That's great.
Yeah, pretty consistent.
Fantastic.
Pretty
I can tell you play here a lot.
Yeah, I like this place.
Absolutely, yeah. Hey, Gene, thank you so much.
Hey, my pleasure.
Very good.
My pleasure.
Very good. We'll be right back with more golf tips. Now, in this next segment of today's show, we're going to cover putting, and I have a junior golfer here, Josh Johnson. Hi, Josh. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
So you're a member here at Mitchell Hills. So you know how these greens putt, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to cover some putting drills today. All right. And when you do come out to play, do you 2-putt or 3-putt or 1-putt? Are you good 1-putter?
3-putt mostly.
3-putt, uh-oh, well, we got to try to get that fixed here, all right? Now, I'm going to show you something right away. Everybody, when you putt, golfers, take the name brand, the line on the golf ball, and use it as your alignment to the hole. Now, this is a Titleist, and it has a little dark line on it. Some golfers go out, and they buy a magic marker, and they form a black line around the golf ball. And if they think it's going to go straight into the hole, Josh, what they do is they take that line and they aim it straight at the hole. Now, if you thought it was going to curve, let's say right to left, 5 inches, you would aim that line on the golf ball 5 inches out to the right. And I've covered that on a previous show, how to get your alignment when you putt. Okay? So you'll use the lines on the golf ball. Now, with putting, it doesn't matter how you stand, it doesn't matter how you grip the club, but you want to keep your wrist stiff and firm and have your head, your eyesight directly over the golf ball, okay? So you can stand any way you want, grip the club any way you want, put your head and your eyesight directly over the ball, keep your wrist stiff and firm. and use this line on the golf ball. This Titleist has a black line, or you can use the name brand Titleist to get your alignment.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with a little putting drill, and probably from about 2 feet, you should make at least 3 of these, okay?
Okay.
Some of you start over there. Now you take some practice swings though, okay? And I'll let you know when to hit. I got to see what that stroke's doing. So he's got his golf ball spread out. Now, remember the line on the golf ball? Let me see you line it up there. Now you want to get back the ball. Try to get back that old ball. Okay? Now, before you putt here, just about every putter has a line or a dot on top of it. Yours has a little white line. So you're going to take the white line on the golf ball and line it up with the line on the ball. So the line on the putter, you line up with the line on the golf ball, okay? Your wrist stays stiff and firm, and you bring that putter straight back and straight through it. Oh, let me see some practice swings here. Let's start all over again. Okay? So he's got the line on the putter. The top of the putter is going to line up with the line on the golf ball. His wrist will stay stiff and firm, and he's going to bring that putter straight back and straight through it. Now, Josh, go ahead and walk around in back of the ball here. Walk back here. Now, does that look like a straight putt to you? Actually, it's going to break this way a little bit. So you want to take the line on the golf ball and aim it right here inside this edge, because it's going to break for you left to right. Okay? Now your wrist stays stiff and firm, head eyesight over the ball, and you bring that putter straight back, straight through it. Now, probably about right in through here is where you want to aim. Okay, now how hard to swing, that's a guess, but the wrist stays stiff and firm. Okay, oh, you got to reline it, Josh. All right, bring that putter straight back and straight through it. Very good. All right, let's try that one over there. Right over here.
Oh, this one?
Yep. Again, it doesn't matter how you stand, it doesn't matter how you grip the club. Take some practice swings. Keep the wrist stiff and firm. How hard to swing, that's a guess. All right, you're 1 for 1. Two for 2, not bad, not bad. All right. So Josh, if you think it's going to go straight in, where do you aim the line on the golf ball?
Straight at the hole.
Straight to hole. Now let's say you thought it was going to curve right to left 5 inches.
Yeah, aim it to the left of the hole.
If you thought it was going to break 5 inches from right to left, you would aim it
right at the hole.
5 inches out to the right. There you go. Okay. Good. 3 for 3. All right. Got lined up there. Again, it doesn't matter how he stands or how he grips the club when he putts. Bring that putter straight back and straight through it. Okay, good putt here. There you go. All right, one more. And it's always good to hear that ball hit the bottom of the cup. That builds confidence. Straight back and straight through it with the arms. Line on top of the putter lines up with the line on the golf ball. Very good. Okay, let me get those out of the cup for you here. Now we're going to try some longer putts, and we're going to use 3 golf balls, okay? So what we're going to do is bring the golf balls back here, and from this distance, you should probably make 1 at the most, okay? Now come back here and back. You want to line it up. This first one, is it going to curve right to left, left to right, or go straight? What do you think?
Right to left.
Right to left. Okay, how far right to left do you think?
Or left to right, just a couple, like an inch or 2.
Okay, now it's left to right, and you think it's going to, you got to say 1 inch or 2 inches. You got to figure it out. You just can't guess.
1 inch.
1 inch? Okay. Well, then take that line on that golf ball and line it up about 1 inch out there to the left. You can do it. Okay? Now take you a few practice swings. Okay, wrist stay stiff and firm. Bring that putter straight back and straight through it. Okay, a little bit harder. And again, how hard to swing, that's a guess. All right, let's get in back of it, line it up. You gotta get in back of it. Never stand to the side when you line up a putt. You always get in back of it. That way you can read the green a lot better. All right, see some practice swings. Wrist stay stiff and firm. Bring that putter straight back and straight through it. All right, good putt. Setup looks real good. Head, eyesight over the ball. That was a putt, Josh. Hey, man, way to go.
Thank you.
All right, line that one up. Very good, you made one. See if you can make 2 out of 3. Got that line. Very good. See some practice swings. So on this putting drill, you start from a short distance and then you bring the ball back a little bit further, okay? Okay, wrist stay stiff and firm. Beautiful stroke. Oh, that's curving around. Get in, almost. Not bad, okay? Let me get those golf balls for you. Now, we're gonna move back a little bit further, okay?
Okay.
So now I'm gonna move him back to about 10 feet. If you make 1 out of these, that is fantastic. All right, come on back here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now get it lined up. Wrist stay stiff and firm. Your head, your eyesight's over the ball. Still gonna break left to right? Got a pretty good stroke. Yeah. Take the line on top of the putter, line it up with the line on the golf ball, and bring that putter straight back and straight through it. Not bad. You had the line, just had to hit a little bit harder. Okay. See some practice swings? See you make 1. Setup looks good. His head, eyesight over the ball. Good stroke, not bad. That wasn't bad. All right. So we started from a short distance from the hole, and then we moved back a little bit further, about 6 feet. Then we moved back to about 10 feet, okay? Wrist stays firm. Bring that putter straight back, straight through it. Nice stroke, get in. Ooh, that was close, Josh. Okay, I'm gonna have you hit 1 more here. Line it up there. So again, wrist stay stiff and firm. Head, eyesight over the ball. Use the line on the golf ball to line up with the line on top of the putter. And you connect the 2 as you follow through, keeping the wrist stiff and firm. But it doesn't matter how you stand or how you grip the club when you putt. Good stroke, go ball. Not bad, but you should be able to 2-putt that one. Josh, you did fantastic. Way to go, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll be right back with more golf tips. Now, in this last segment of today's show, it is called the shot of the day. And I'm actually going to hit it over a tree here, bush here in front of me that's about 25 feet tall, and the green is right in back of the bush. So it's not a hard shot. It's almost like a giant flop shot, but I'm going to carry it over that big bush there and get it to land on the green, a treble shot. Now, I'm a right-handed golfer. Again, if you're left-handed, it's just the opposite of what I'm saying. First thing I want to do is grab a well-lofted wedge, and I got a 56-degree lofted wedge here. I'm going to play the ball forward in my stance off the inside left heel, just like a normal flop shot. And I'm going to take that club and I'm going to loop it out on the takeaway. It's going to come out this way instead of straight back. I'm going to loop it out and slide the club up under the ball and pop it up and get it to fly over that bush right there. I'm going to show you how to do it. So again, as I mentioned, it's not a hard shot if you know the proper fundamentals. I'm going to take a few practice swings. Again, I'm going to play the ball forward in my stance. I'm going to loop the club a little bit outside the line on the takeaway, slide the club up under the ball, and pop it up over that, that bush there. Not a hard shot. So let's take a few practice swings. And this bush is only about 20 feet from me, if that. Let's take another practice swing. Loop it out, slide the club right up under the ball. Set up, got the ball forward in my stance. Club face is just a little open, not a whole lot. There it goes. Perfect, on the green. Let's try that again. And as you can see, it gets that ball up pretty quickly when you loop the club out and slide it up under the ball. So a few practice swings. I got the ball with my left heel. Again, if you're a left-handed golfer, it's just the opposite. Let's get it up over that tree or bush. Perfect. On the green. Here we go. All right, try it one more time here. The key is you need to stay down and trust yourself. A lot of people on a shot like this, they would pull up, they would top it. Some people would probably even shank it over to the right. Just trust your golf swing. And once you know the proper fundamentals, you can do it. So I've got that ball off my left heel. I'm going to loop the club outside the line a little bit. You don't have to have an open stance, so to speak. You can have your feet squared up. You just want to get up under that ball, pop it up. So set up, I'll loop the club out, ball position forward. Perfect. And there we go. Not a hard shot once you know the right and proper fundamentals. We'll be right back with more golf tips. Well, that concludes today's show, but before we end, I'd like to give a special thanks to Gene and Josh for being on the show. You guys did fantastic. And I'd like to thank all the people here at Mitchell Hills for having us over. If you'd like to be on my show, simply give me a call at 614-230-1118. Join me next time on Golf Tips with teaching professional Gary Bauer.